Hi everybody. When a problem with mental health starts to develop, quite often we can all do it. Just think, just ignore it, and it can quite easily be overlooked as well. But the more that goes on, the more it creates a bigger problem, because if you like, by ignoring and just carrying on, nothing's changing. If anything, it's just developing into something more bigger. So making that change in itself start will be able to have a better recovery for it, and to create a better outlook towards, a better outlook, and eventually start to enjoy your life again, enjoy things again. So it's all about reaching out for that help, for start, like reaching out for help, which, like, that's the first thing, is reaching out, because we can all sometimes need that little bit of support and help from time to time. It's not a weakness. Reaching out for that help is a sign of strength in itself. It's courage, because it takes a lot of courage to just take those first steps. So reaching out for that help, getting that support, starting off your journey, your recovery, to start your recovery and to benefit you in the future, like towards having that hope there. And also as well, learning to socially interact again, because quite often it creates a problem with self-isolation and loneliness in itself. Not being able to interact properly with other people, interact with other day-to-day things, that other people finding it difficult to do just your normal day-to-day things from time to time. So it's all about learning all that again, and it all takes practice. Like, it takes, trying to get to where you want to get to in your recovery. It takes a lot of consistency, and never to give up, always to keep trying on the things that you want to do. There's always something that you may want to do to try. There's the coping skills there. It's all about what works for you and the individual in itself. So, learning is learning, like I said, to like socially interact with other people if possible, learning again face to face. And that is very good and very beneficial for mental health in itself. It's very beneficial, and it will help with the recovery in itself, and helps with other things as well. Alleviating is all about coping with your symptoms, or whatever is going on within yourself. It's all about coping with those symptoms, and learning to be able to cope through difficult situations as well along the way. It takes hard work. It's not easy. It's all about understanding how it affects you within yourself, like these symptoms. Having a mental health problem isn't easy sometimes to maintain. I know my partner, he suffers with his mental health, but he's come a long way now with his, and he's built a resilience around being able to cope with those symptoms. When he's in them difficult moments, he's able to come out the other end by doing it himself, because around the things that he's got, his coping strategies, his routine he has. So it is possible to do. For anyone out there that's listening to this video, it is possible to do, to start to build back your life again and start to enjoy your life again. It's all about finding things as well, that having a routine, very good for a routine, having things that you enjoy doing, that you want to do. All about is just working at it and never giving up, because the more you try, you will eventually succeed in whatever you're doing. And it's all about having a purpose, you know, having a purpose there, because you may at first think there isn't a purpose, you know, you may look at your outlook and think it looks bleak, but the more you work at it and find these things to do that's going to help alleviate them symptoms and help you cope better along the way, you will eventually get to that better place. Recovery in itself can take a long time to recover. Some people recover fully, some people recover and be able to manage and maintain those symptoms in a better way. You know, everybody's different in how they heal. You know, you've got to be patient and let the mind heal and be able to maintain it in a better way. So having that hope there, don't give up on the hope that there isn't a better place, because there is a better place that you can go to that's going to give you a fulfilling life and give you back that enjoyment again. You know, it may be difficult at first. Like I said, nothing's, you know, if it was that easy, it would be half the battle. But coping with a mental illness is like a battle in itself, like just trying to cope with it. It may seem tiring at times, draining, just trying to battle with it. But there are many things that you can do to maintain it. It's all about like accepting towards your feelings, how you're feeling, trying to cope with those feelings and emotions, those thoughts in a better way, because quite often we tend to go in full throttle with the added layer on top, with the hatred, the anger, there's the resentment and so forth around it, which creates a bigger problem on top with the stress and the anxiety around it all. So it's all about learning to go in towards your feelings and emotions in a better way, to be able to process what is going on properly with it all. You know, talking in itself, talking about your feelings and emotions, what is going on, those thoughts, what is going on, will be able to help you to cope with it in a non-judgmental way, in a better way, a non-judgmental way of being aware, the awareness around it. And there are many people, you know, there's people out there that you can trust, because at the end of the day, if you approach someone that you thought was trustworthy, they would feel, you know, wow, that person trusts me. You know, there are people out there that can't be trusted, you know. Like I said, you know, in the past, the stigma that's built around mental health in itself, which thus created more of a problem, people hiding their self away. It hasn't helped with the behaviours of other people towards mental health. So we need to change that awareness there in a non-judgmental way. We need to put away from that stigma, because there are a lot of people that are suffering with mental health problems that need that proper help, that recovery in itself. And sometimes that stigma just steps in the way. So we need to change that, put away from that stigma, let it go, just let it go, and be more non-judgmental around mental health in itself. So yeah, maintaining it and being able to, like I said, enjoy your life. You know, you will, if you've got a mental health problem and you've just realised, you know, starting to develop some kind of problems with your mental health, anybody watching this video, having problems even communicating with other people, it takes time. It takes like interaction, it takes time, and it takes practice. All what you do at your own pace, but eventually you will get to that better place, a place of where you want to get to. It's all about change, changing how you're feeling, changing what is going on at this present moment with your whatever, with your mental health, changing it for the better. And that needs to be done by doing things to help with it, working on it, and reaching out for that support, talking to somebody. It gives you that headspace there to be able to process your feelings and emotions in a better way. Consistency with it, consistency, mindfulness, being mindful, practicing mindfulness towards yourself, being active, being creative, doing just little things. Maybe start off with small things, just one thing, trying something to see if that helps, but never giving up on what you do. So I'm going to end the video there. Please share this video because it's very important. Maintaining a mental illness, having mental health problems, I should say, is tough. And I think some people don't realise how tough it is for some people. It's not the case that those people that are suffering with mental health problems, it's not the case that they don't want to do these things. It's the case that they can't because of how they're feeling. And it's trying to encourage those people to take those first steps, because once you take those first steps, that's your start to having a proper recovery, making that change, creating those new habits there for the better, and being able to start to enjoy your life again, even if you still have helped to alleviate them symptoms and to be able to cope better with those symptoms, rather than trying to cope with it on your own when nothing will change. It will still stay the same. So making a better change for the better is creating a new habit for getting to that better place in itself. So like I said, I'm going to end the video there. Please share and see you in the next video.